The Olympias Competizione Rallye CI is a street legal sports car inspired by the legendary Group E rally era. We've been developing this project at Authentic Simulation over the last year for one of our clients, and is now available to all of our insider and premium members. When our client first approached us, they asked us to imagine this project with Lancia at the helm, body designed by Pininfarina, and carbon underpinning from Dallara. The Olympus C1 was developed from the detailed drawings and technical blueprints provided by our client. At the Olympus's heart is a mid-positioned Mechachrome V634 3.4-liter naturally aspirated engine, which produces 380 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. Power is transmitted via a 6-speed X-Track transverse gearbox, and the suspension is double wishbone front and rear. The driver has a suite of analog controls, multiple information displays, and the primary Bosch DDU-10 dash display. Alrighty everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm just a casual racer, and today we're in Assetto Corsa and I'm going to be showing off the Olympus C1 here. I'm going to be driving it around Nashville. We're going to be using the Roval layout. This is both a track and a car that is available to all of our members over at Authentic Simulation. So you can head over to our Discord or over to our Patreon and you can sign up for a membership at either spot, get access to both of these mods. The track is developed entirely off of LiDAR data, and I believe it's a fantastic representation, the best representation of the circuit that's been made for Assetto Corsa. Roval layout, definitely a more unique kind of layout here. We work our way around it. A lot of them, you stay more on the infield. This one you pop back out on the back stretch for a little bit. The 6-speed manual gearbox is an interesting touch. Our client really wanted something, and you'll notice this about the Olympus, the very almost space-age style cockpit and controls, very tactile, knobs and buttons that you're going to be pressing and using for a lot of different aspects of the car, where the driver can really control everything if they were driving, coupled with a very modern Bosch DDU display. That's kind of the central focus point that you see, of course, with the RPMs and other information for the car. Drive up here, make a move. Whew, kiss the car ahead of us a little bit. This car can be driven quite hard, but it is definitely a rally car. Like, you throw this car around more than you are going to stick to the road surface. There is downforce, there's a big old wing in the back, but this isn't an open wheel car. This isn't the type of car that you're really going to have a very, super stiff suspension either. It's relatively soft. You can drive this car off-road as well as on-road. That was one idea that, one of the core things we wanted to do in the physics side of it was, make a car that could be driven off-road, on-road, and at the same time, be one that you could take out on the street a little bit as well. I mean, the idea of this car, right, it's got that Mechachrome engine. It is not going to be the most reliable race car that you've ever seen, but it is a very realistic car that could have been built. Shifting up into 6th. Fly along here, move up in position. We have more paint schemes that we're going to be adding shortly to this car, so that'll be more variety. Right now, kind of limited to a smaller field size. Down into 2nd. Gotta say, the manual H pattern is real nice when you can skip those gears when you're downshifting and drop from 6th to 4th to 2nd. Very manual, very, you have to be on top of this car, although relatively forgiving as well. Like I said, the car will slide and it's got a lot of room for you to catch it. You can push, and you can push hard, but it isn't also going to kill you when you push too hard. Like right here. Wow. There we go. Been trying to push some of these corners, trying to get some of that so I could show you. Flying along here up into 5th. Just got 2 more laps here to go once we cross the starting line right now. Really is a fun car to drive. I think the client, I know they're pleased with the final product, which always makes me happy, but I'm certainly excited. So far, our members have been really supportive of this project. I don't think some of them did see it coming, and some said it's one of the most unusual, it's a project that's not really expected. But I think the client really had a cool vision, to combine these certain aspects of racing together into what they envision as a really cool, unique, limited production. Kind of like, instead of doing the traditional, a lot of people, they do these companies, wealthy people, do these companies, car companies, and they're looking to create just another hypercar, fastest thing ever. And the client's idea was, what if we do something a little more unique? But in a similar vein of a limited production run that, mostly wealthy, upper class people are going to be looking at purchasing, and put something together that, makes sense. And so it was a lot of fun doing this digital development-wise. I have no idea if the client has the connections. I know they would love to do this, to actually get this car an actual limited run, or even just a couple of the cars produced. I know that's kind of their dream. I'll be excited to see if something can happen from that, and when they use this for promotional purposes, for fundraising and things like that. Right here, we're on the last lap. Try to make a move here around the outside, set ourselves up here over the curb, throw it in. Definitely got a little power on there a little early, and the tail stepped down on me, but of course you can always catch kind of the tail. Power slides are pretty easy for the catch in this car, so able to catch it over this curb, power down. There we go. Fantastic car. I'm definitely biased though, so so I made it. But I enjoyed driving it. I hope you guys enjoyed driving it when you check it out. Links down in the video description to our Patreon and to our Discord group. Discord group's free to check, join, and you can get a lot of news updates on what we're doing and stuff like that if you want a little bit of an inside perspective. And then, of course, just sign up for membership. They start at $1.50 a month. Doesn't get much cheaper than that. And we'd love to have you join us and support what we're doing in awesome projects like this. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, of course, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week.